Segment 1, Opening and Modern Cognitive Problem. Hi, I'm Sakti Nugroho Kusuma. I will review a book, Tiny Experiment, How to Live Freely in a Goal-Obsessed World. Let's talk about something a lot of us are experiencing right now, cognitive overload. Ever, Cognitive overload. The world is changing rapidly, and we are trying to hold as much information as possible just to understand what's going on around us. We are also pushing ourselves to be more productive just to keep up. So, what do? We build systems, we create routines, we make a long to-do list, often at the cost of our mental well-being. The truth is, our brains haven't evolved. They are still wired like they were thousands of the years ago. But now, every day we are starting in a giant leaderboard, as so known as social media. We compare ourselves constantly. I'm am I going enough? Am I fast enough? Am I productive enough? Am I ambitious enough? Segment 2, Maximize Brain. This is what I call the Maximus brain. It is that belief that if you do something, it has to the big. It has to be ambitious. It has to be optimized. You want to exercise, then go to the gym every single day. Want to write, start a book. Have an idea, make a startup. But this kind of thing leads the brain out, and in my case, you might give up to get altogether because it feels like too much. Segment D, Segment 3, Tiny Experiments as an alternative. So, what's the alternative? I call it Tiny Experiments. Instead of chasing the biggest, most impressive version of a goal, what is what if you simple follow your curiosity? What if your goal wasn't to success, but to learn something new? With tiny experience, you are not aiming for success. You are aiming for discover, fun, grow, joy. Segment 4, My personal journey. My life, I like to divide it into the two chapters. Chapter 1 was linear. I follow traditional success, study hard, get a job at Google, climb a ladder, get promoted. Externally, I look successful, but inside, it felt empty. I was bored, burned out, so I quit, thinking maybe I'll start a startup, but that too was just another script of success. When the startup failed, for the first time in my life, I had to no idea what I was supposed to do next. That's when I asked myself, what about make me happy? even I even if I forgot everything I've told about success. Segment 5, reconciling with so curiosity. I went back to Sanskrit. What was I naturally drawn to? For me, it was the brain. I've always been fas- fascinated by how we think and why we feel the way we feel. So I went back to school. I studied neuroscience. I got my PhD, and during that time I start sharing what I was learning through a weekly newsletter. Just a small project, a teeny experiment, but it's changed everything. Segment 6, what is mindset? The way is important. A mindset is just a default way we see the world. It influences everything, our decisions, our relationship, the way we think, even how we feel. But here's the thing, most of us aren't, are, aren't aware of our own mindset. That means we might be living on autopilot, making decisions that aren't truly ours. The good news means that we change, but the first step is awareness. Segment 7, the unconscious mindset that get in the way. There there's subconscious mindset that often get in the way of living a happy, consistent life. Let's break them down. One, the cynical mindset. You are lost and ambition. Maybe you mock those who still care deeply. You are in survival mode, doom scrolling, feeling stuck. Two, the escapism mindset. You are still serious, but ambition is gone. You avoid responsibility through distraction, being watching, online shopping, dream planning vacation. 3. The perfectionist mindset. High ambition. Long seriously. You seek a certainty by working harder, longer, endlessly. Goals become your compass, but not your joy. Segment 8, the experimental mindset. So, what's the alternative? It is called the experimental mindset. In the mindset, you have both seriously and ambition. You embrace uncertainty not as something to fear, but as a space to explore, learn, and grow. You don't catch perfect outcomes. You start with a question. You design an experiment. You treat value or feedback. This is what is meant to life experimentally. Segment 8, segment 9. Sorry. Designing a living experiment. Designing an experiment starts with curiosity and to commitment to the seriously. I recommend making a pact. PRCT. A pact is a commitment to try something small with intention. It has 4 key traits. One, purposeful. You care about it. Attainable. You can start it now. 3, continuous. You do it regular for some time. And 4, trackable. You can say do it, yes or no. This is not a resolution. It is not a KPI. It is not a forever habit. It is a tiny experiment. Segment 10. Learning from internal and experiment data. Learning for internal and external data. When you finish your pack, reflect. Look at 2 things. 1. External signal, success, feedback, reach, result. 2. Internal signal, who did it feel? Were you energized or drained? Here's an example for my life. I ran an experiment to see if I want to become a YouTuber. The pack 1 video per week until the end of the year. Externally, I won't get subscriber and a game parasite. Internally, I hate it. Reading a camera and sensor every time it drained me. So I stopped. The data was clear. It wasn't for me. Segment 11. Little experiment it all. Arts for life. You can run Trinity experiment in any area of life. It worked. Presenting a weekly internal newsletter for 6 weeks. In relationship every Sunday. Reach out to a friend you haven't spoken to. In health, you walking for 20 minutes for 20 days. Don't assume it'll work. That's it. That's the point. If even if a habit that works for other, the might not work of you. Segment 12. Facing uncertainty. Modern life is full of uncertainty, and our brains hate that. Research show uncertainty creates more stress than actually pain. We crave control, so we read more, plan more, freeze more. But here is the reframe. Uncertainty is where grow happiness. Real learning, I had stroke, trial and error. Just like natural self-help, so do we. Segment 13. Unleashing the linear success script. Success isn't linear, and yet many of us follow the leader model. Do A, then B, then C, and eventually you will success. But what if your direction changes? What if the leader you climb isn't yours. Linnaeus models create toxic productivity. We compare, compete, and burn out. Let's treat the leader of cycles, the experimentation. Let's shift off the cartoonity to seriously. Seriously. Segment 14. Affective labeling give emotions a name. Let's talk about a powerful tool, affective labeling. It simple means putting word to your emotion. I feel insecure. I feel stuck. I feel hopeful. Research, research show that naming your emotion reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's feel center, and boosts activity in the prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain. Cannot find the exact word. Try describing your emotion like a landscape. It feels like a storm over a dark forest. It's like standing on a quiet cliff near the ocean. It helps because processing emotion before solving problems give you clarity and peace. Segment 15, facing transition and liminal space. We struggle with transition space. Why? Because our brains want clarity. We want safe or dangerous, known or unknown, but traditional, but transitions. They are gray, unclear. Imagine you are on a flight with on Wi-Fi. Some people feel trapped, anxious, just want it to be over. Overthink freedom and dive into books, movie or reflection. Same situation, different mindset. Between stimulus and response, there is space. And the space is our power to choice. That's where freedom lies. Segment 16, searching for passion versus discovering curiosity. When you ask happy people who today found their passion, may will say honestly, I stumbled up on it. That's the secret. Passion isn't not something you chase. It is something you discover. Track exploration. Track seriously. Track experimentation. You try things. You test things. You learn what exercise you. One day you find something that makes you exercise to wake up. Segment 17. You understanding cognitive scripts. Let's talk about cognitive scripts. That's our internal patterns, mental autopilot that tell us how we are supposed to act in certain situation. They are helpful for everyday stuff, going to the doctor, ordering at a restaurant, but they become dangerous when we ask them for big decisions like careers, leadership, like purpose. Yeah. Segment 18. Their inhibitory cognitive scripts. There are three major cognitive scripts that then to limit us. One, the sequel script. We repeat what we always done. Choice path they make sense based on your path. It is predictable, but it can trap us. In the covert pleasure script, we make choice to keep other happy. Parents, partner, boss, their vision of success, not ours. The epic scripts, society tell us, go big, go home. Oh, sorry, go big or go home. That if one are not building something huge, huge, not hard. We failed, but that's survivorship. Yes, not everyone who follow the passion make it, and that doesn't make them fail. Segment 19, dropping the word salt. Want to break free from script? Start here. Every time you hear yourself say, I should stop. I repeat, every time you hear yourself say, I should stop. Ask inside, what midnight I want to do? What might I explore? What might I try? That small shift soul to might create space, and in the space is freedom. Segment 20. There's question to rewrite life script. To write your script, ask yourself. There's three questions. One, am I following my path or discovering my path? Two, am I placing to growth or discovering my trip? Three, am I catching passion or exploring my seriously? Curiosity. There are powerful reformers, and they can change your life. Segment 21. Reframe procrastination as a signal. Let's talk about something we all deal with. Procrastination. We've been tasked is bad. It is bad. Lazy, shameful. But what if procrastination is actually a signal from your brain that something's off. It midnight two means you are lazy. It means the text doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel right. You are not ready to equip it yet. That's not weakness. That's Information. Segment 22. Triple check. Head, heart, hand. Here's a tool to ask. It's called to triple check. When you are procrastinating, ask, is it from a head? Maybe you don't believe in the task. It doesn't feel rational or alginate. It's not. Is it from the heart? Maybe it feels boring. It drains your emotional. Is it from the hand? Maybe you don't have right tools, time, or skills. It has a different solution. If it's the head, clearly your strategy, talk to your team, reference the goal. It, if it's the heart, reducing the experience, make it more fun and enjoy. If it's the hand, ask for help, learn the skill, and get the tools. Segment 23. Sometimes the problem is systematic. Sometimes you got through the triple check. That's when you might be facing a systematic barrier. Maybe your word environment isn't right. Maybe expressions are unrealistic. Maybe the culture doesn't fit. In that moment, don't just blame yourself. Zoom out, look around, and ask, is the system helping or hurt? Segment 24. Discovering the magic of windows. Have you ever felt a moment of pure flow? Time discover, your focus, you are creative, everything just clicks. That's your magic window. Hmm. This is when your mind, your energy, your mood all elite. You can focus then, but you can notice then. And once you do, you can start to plan around then. Ask, ask yourself, when do I feel most alive? What kind of works belongs in the space? Who do I protect and open that window more often? Segment 25. Meaningful productivity, sensitive productivity. More of us measure productivity by time. Every minute felt, every hour track. But mindful productivity asks a different question. What if the real reason isn't time, but energy? Your mental energy, your emotion energy, your focus energy. Mindful productivity means asking their things. One, when is a magic window? Two, what belongs is in the window? Three, how do I keep it open? When you honor your energy, you adjust your calendar. You work better, you feel better, you live better. Segment 26, to arrow, emotional, and all self selfless. In Buddhist philosophy, there is a concept called death by two arrows. The first arrow is the pain or negative emotion we experience. For example, profession, anxiety, failure. But the second arrow, that is the test embraced all self-judgment that we add on top of the pain. And the good news, the second arrow is optional. We doesn't have to suffer twice. Segment 27. The best way to start is not focusing on result. Why if why is it difficult to start something important? Because we focus too much on the final result instead of asking what will the result be. Ask what can I learn? Run little run a little experiment. Let's let's go the of expression. Let's let's go of other people's definition of success. Focus on the process. Focus on Ostini. If you learn something, that's progress. Segment 28, self anthropology. Become your own research image. You are an anthropologist, and the subject of research is your own life. Try doing this for 24 hours. Observe your life. Why not like a anthropologist? Pay attention to things like what give energy, what drains energy, which conversation makes your enthusiastic, which activities make your tired. The key question, why I'm doing this, what is really important to me. Segment 29. Segment 29, from observation to hypothesis. After you make observation, next step, create hypothesis. For example, I feel more alive when presenting at the office, even though I'm nervous. Maybe the solution, take a public speaking class, ask for a mentor, or try presenting more often to practice then choice one and turn that into a little experience. Segment 30, closing, designing life by experimentation. Final, design your life scientist, not with a rigid long-term plan, but with little experiment repetitive and reflective. For exam, I will present every 2 weeks for one part. Then I will evaluate. Is this fun? Is this beneficial for your career? Do I want to continue or change direction? Combine signal internal and external. And from there, continue the next cycle. Okay, closing. Thank you for following until the end. Remember, you don't have to know all the answer, but you can start with one question, and from there, you can build a life that is more conscious, more flexible, and more enjoyable. One small experience at a time. Thank you.